First of all, it's nice to see you, and I hope you're doing well. My name's Avery, and in this video, I'm going to go over what I think are the 30 best songs that came out in 2020. Out of all the songs that I heard this year, these are the ones that stood out to me, so I want to share them with you and hopefully get your thoughts on what you think about them too. So without further, before I get carried away, links to these songs are going to be listed in the description, so if any song catches your interest, feel free to check there, go watch it, go listen to it. So without further ado, let's get started on the video. Coming in at number 30, we have the song Bollywood Apologetics by Blackwing. This is an electronic project headed by Dan Barrett. You might know him from Giles Corey, or more famously, Have a Nice Life. And I think this is a fantastic song. It's got a really nocturnal and introspective vibe, and I think that overall he just kills it on this track. Next up at number 29, you've all heard it, one of the most viral songs this year. We've got WAP by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, and wow, this song is aggressively sexy. I mean, you got bar after bar of just these really explicit sexual images, and while that might turn some people away, the passion and energy that goes into this song is just really infectious. Next in, at number 28, we have the UK saxophonist and jazz composer Nubaya coming in with the self-titled track off of her new album, Source. This album is a 12-minute journey of contemporary jazz, and I vibe with it so hard. I mean, the way she plays the saxophone over those really wavy bass lines, it just fits perfectly, and I love it so much. Next up, at number 27, we have the song Swim by Midwife. This is the closing track off of her new album, Forever. And honestly, this song is kind of a contradiction, because with the way Madeline Johnston sings over this track, it kind of sounds like a really hushed and emotional lullaby, but at the same time, you're just being attacked by these giant walls of distortion and reverb coming from her guitar throughout the entire song. And although you might think that they clash, they complement each other so well on this track. At 26, we have Bliss and Stupidity by Black Dresses. This is a project headed by Ada and Devi, and wow, they did a fantastic job on their new album, and especially this track for me. Some of the lyrics here are just straight up depressing. I mean, come on. I keep making enemies out of situations that I don't understand. I just try to keep it basic, but everything gets so complicated. Wow. Yikes. At number 25, okay guys, I really didn't want to like this song, but GOOBA by 6ix9ine was amazing. I know he's really tarnished his reputation at this point, but Mr. 9 really came through with a great song. I mean, it's just so brash, it's so bold, it's so ignorant, it's so stupid. You can't help but just being sucked into the energy that this song offers. I mean, my friend Alejandro said to me at one point this year that when you listen to this song, you almost kind of forget that there's a second wave in the pandemic, and I kind of agree. At number 24, we have the song Momentary Bliss by Gorillaz with Slow Tie, and wow, he is just so good on this track. Comes through with one of my favorite choruses all year. It's just so hard. It makes me sick to think you ain't happy in your skin. It's just a punked out, wild performance, and I love it front to back. For number 23, I chose the song I Know Alone by HAIM. This song is a pop rock banger, and I absolutely love the energy on this track, or per se the lack of energy. They come through with some really solid playing, some amazing melodies that they sing and play over. It's incredible, and the lonesomeness that they communicate on this track is just really appropriate for 2020 in general. At number 22, we have the song Jeanette by Kelly Lee Owens, and wow, 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 this song is so playful. For an instrumental song that's made entirely of synthetic beats and electronics, there's something so alive about what you're listening to on this track. And I think that her production overall is just flawless. At number 21, I chose the song Diet by Denzel Curry and Kenny Beats. This song is just pure hip-hop heat. Kenny's production fits on Denzel like a glove on this song, and they really bring out the best of each other on this track and the project that it's tied to. At number 20, we have the punk rock anthem Reigns by Idols. And awesome, dude. The working class really gets their due credit on this song, and in a year that's really taught us the value of blue-collar labor, it's really cool to hear that acknowledged on a track like this. Joe's shadowed vocals are amazing, and those marching guitar rhythms that progress throughout the song are really intimidating as well. It's just awesome. At number 19, we have the dance electronic hit I Keep Calling by James Blake, and wow. I challenge you not to bump your head on the ceiling as you levitate to this song. That Charlotte Wilson sample is god tier, and James uses it to its fullest potential on this song. That, along with his singing and production, makes this song just pure euphoria. At number 18, Charli XCX delivers another serving of pop excellence with the song Pink Diamond. And man, Charli just wants to go hard, and she does go hard on this song. It's just so beyond me how she came out with this song and all the other songs from How I'm Feeling Now in such a short period of time and just delivers on quality front to back. I mean, just queen. I'm not worthy. At number 17, there is the experimental rock song Fanfare for Elective Freedom by Horse Lords. Okay, so fun fact. I was actually supposed to see this band perform at their album release party this year in Baltimore, and unfortunately that occurred the same week as the shutdown started, so I didn't get to see them. And that makes me sad because I'm sure if they performed this song, it would have been amazing. I mean, it starts as one thing and it ends as something completely different and just revs up in intensity along the way. I mean, by the end of it, it just kind of ends in this like squelching Pac-Man-esque sound of just waka 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 waka, and it sounds crazy, but it's so cool, I promise. Next up at number 16 is the disco pop song What's Your Pleasure by Jessie Ware, and wow, this song is so adorable, so sexy, so wholesome, and just so fun. I mean, wow, it's a celebration of loving someone and the ecstasy you feel when that same person loves you back just as much. It's great. Next up at number 15 is the song At the Seams by Zeal and Ardor. It's an overwhelming metal experience, and I'm going to go ahead and just read my notes for this one and say that George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, and Breonna Taylor, along with so many other deceased minorities, are people who should still be alive today, but aren't. The frustration and anxiety surrounding their deaths and the systematic racism that continues to plague the U.S. fuels the energy on this track. The pummeling instrumentals only serve to further enhance that sense of despair. Give it a listen, and I could almost promise you it will leave you speechless. On a much lighter note, at number 14, I chose the song Dragon Ball Durag by Thundercat. And wow, shout out to my friend Jason for recommending this track to me. Thundercat's singing and his bass playing are so irresistibly smooth and catchy on this track, and it's just so weird to fall in love with those music elements on a track that's literally about wanting to have sex while wearing a Dragon Ball Durag. There's a comment on the YouTube video for this song by someone by the name of Burina Eno that says that this song deserves an Oscar, a Grammy, a high school diploma, and a restraining order. And I think that's one of the more accurate things. that I've heard this year. At number 13, we have the song Covered in Money by the experimental rap icon JPEGMAFIA. And this one was actually kind of hard. He came out with so many good tracks this year. I mean, this pick could have easily went to Bald, Cutie Pie, or even the Bald remix for that matter. I mean, just everything was just so good and consistent in quality. But on this song in particular, the super confusing instrumental, the beat switch halfway, and the Mandy Moore shout out too. It's just, I couldn't help but fall in love with how unpredictable this track was. At number 12, I have the song I Know the End by Phoebe Bridgers. And this song is just a straight up dirge for the apocalypse. We have the pacing and build up on this song, which is immaculate. You go from the hushed vocals and quiet guitar rhythms at the front to the blaring horns, the choir voices, and Phoebe screaming at the end. It's actually a really sad song, but it makes me feel okay to feel sad, and that's something really special. All right, and number 11. I've been waiting to talk about this one. It's actually 4 tracks. I have the song Arp 1, Arp 2, Arp 3, and Arp 4 by Dan Deacon off his new album, Mystic Familiar. This is some of the best electronic music I have ever heard, ever. Dan's vocals glide over these clashing drum beats and synths on this track, and I could see someone thinking that this sounds really clumsy and messy, but it just sounds like heaven when it hits my ears. And listening to these 4 tracks straight through on this album is an adventure that I'm really not likely to forget anytime soon. Alright, top 10. Here we go. At number 10, I chose the song Long Violent History by Tyler Childers. This is an Appalachian folk song, and it's the closing track off his new album. And gosh, this song is just an honest-to-God cry for empathy and understanding in a world that's just very sick and divided at the moment. And there's such a really interesting layer of irony in using something as American as Appalachian folk music to attack American racism. And I really love it. And if you haven't heard it, I actually highly recommend that you just pause the video and go give this one a listen. It's excellent. At number 9, we have the song Ginkabiloba by the Koreatown Oddity. This is a conscious jazz rap song, and man, it's just so neat. We have him rapping about some of his favorite childhood memories, and the details on this song are just so awesome to hear. I mean, you have everything from playing Ninja Turtles and always picking Michelangelo, beating kids at Street Fighter at the local liquor store, having the same haircut as LeVar Burton on Reading Rainbow, stealing cable to watch Tyson fights with your family, and all of these all just on the same song. And that moment where he talks about having to reset the game and blow air in the cartridge, and then the beat stops as he's doing that, and then it literally starts over as he raps about the game starts over when he plugs the cartridge back in. That is genius production, okay? That's just genius. At number 8, I chose the folk ballad Baby Jesus Is Nobody's Baby Now by Julia Jacklin. This is a Christmas song, but it's a very sad Christmas song, which is appropriate because for a lot of people, it's going to be a very sad Christmas. You've got the slow, quiet, and emotional vocals that paint a picture of a woman trying desperately not to mentally break down despite all of the horrible things that have happened to her and her family this year. It's gut-wrenching, and yes, it is worth crying over. At number 7, we have the song Oh My God by Sevdaliza. FKA Twigs fan take notice because this song is an auto-tune pop phenomenon. I'm simply unable to get this gorgeous song out of my head, and I'm not complaining. I interpreted the lyrics to be about the frustrations behind being in a toxic relationship, but apparently it's more so about political tensions between the US and the Iran, so yeah, it was pretty close. At number 6, I chose the song Duck Song by Baby Baby explores the reasons why that gum is still on the sidewalk. Yes, that is their full name. No, I don't really understand what's going on in this track, but that's kind of the appeal for me. I mean, these people are just having so much fun making music, and you could hear it in pretty much every single facet of this song. This song only has like 300 views on YouTube. It's not on Spotify, so please go shower them with love and attention. They deserve it so much. Please give it a chance. Just try it. Number 5. I chose the song Four Strangers Enter the Cement at Dusk by Wasted Shirt. This song is the noise punk hit that ends the album Fungus 2. It's a collaboration between the Mad Lad, Brian Chippendale on the drums and vocals, and the Mad Lad, Ty Segall on guitar. And I think the best way I could describe this song is by saying that it's like walking through the desert in scorching heat with no shoes on while slowly dying of dehydration, only to suddenly fall in a bottomless pit that leads to the darkest depths of the underworld. I'm just that immersed in the song. It's mind-blowing. Next up, at number 4, I have the melodic noise and sludge metal song To the Beach by Boris and Merzbow. And man, if there was ever a musical act that could successfully capture the nightmarish feeling of experiencing and disassociating in the year 2020, it is Boris with Merzbow. They really bring out the best of each other on this track, even though this is an older Boris song. Boris sounds beautiful, Merzbow sounds demented, and they just complement each other in this endless loop that just exponentially increases the quality of the song as it progresses. It's amazing. At number 3, we have the song For Her by Fiona Apple. And I am just humbled by how powerful this song is. For those of you who have heard it, you know it's just, there's that one line in the song that just stabs you right in the heart. And it kind of reminds me of that one quote from the movie Seven by David Fincher, where they talk about how if you want to get someone's attention, you can't tap them on the shoulder anymore. You have to smack them with a sledgehammer. Well, when it comes to the slights that women have had to endure for far too long now, I think this song might just be that sledgehammer. All right, at number 2, I chose the song Something to Rap About by Freddie Gibbs featuring Tyler, the Creator. Oh my gosh, Freddie and Tyler on the same track? Are you kidding me? And the production by The Alchemist, it's just the smoothest thing I've heard all year, and Freddie and Tyler both just write it perfectly. And that one bar in the chorus about how, you know, people keep trying to bring out the old me, but I'm trying to live to 93 to see the old me is my favorite bar of the year, just second to none. And even the energy that Tyler brings on this track. I mean, his voice is gruff. There's some bravado and subtle aggression in there that kind of reminds me of early 2010s Tyler. And just that coupled with the overall nostalgic feel of the instrumental just makes this one of the best escapes from the world through music that I've experienced this year. All right, finally here, number 1, my favorite song of the year. I had no choice but to pick Trust Nothing But Love by Haruna Murray. And even now, I struggle to describe this song. I mean, is it pump? Is it punk? Is it J-pop? Is it rap? Is it something else entirely? I mean, the production on this thing is airtight with the bass, the drums, and the guitar, and the intensity that they bring to this track. And you know, some people might listen to the first 5 seconds of this track and just turn away immediately. And to those people, all I have to say is that's fine. You're free to like whatever you like and dislike whatever you like. But to everyone that stays past that and hopefully finishes the track, I really hope you give it a chance. Because the best way I could sum up this song is just love by any means necessary. Love for yourself, love for the world, love for the people in it. And the combative nature of this track does give the impression that it's a constant, never-ending battle, but it does leave at least me with a feeling that that battle is worth it. And gosh, I mean, the screams that she delivers on this track, it's so hard to predict what musical moves are going to come next. It's a wild ride. It's a wild ride. I love it. I love it. All right, and that's the video. Those are my top 30 songs of the year 2020. Please comment and let me know what you thought about these songs or what your top songs of the year were. Again, I left links to all the songs in the description. Please like, comment, and share this video. I'd really appreciate it. And without further ado, take care, and I'll see you later.